D from the bag, 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 D from the bag.
Welcome back, you guys, to D from the Bay podcast, where your voice is heard. And on this platform, we are telling raw stories, real stories, and nothing but the truth from all my guests. And today, we are going to sit back and we are going to talk to my cousin who goes by the name
Hey,
of
what's up, cousin?
Yes, who goes by the name of Vaughnyxocho, who is an independent artist, and he does it all from music to his brand to his business to his. He does it all. He wears all these hats. So we're gonna sit down. First, his music, what inspired him, what age did he start? Then we're gonna dive into his brand deals that he has on his merch, where to find those, how to get those. We're gonna go with his businesses that he has now and that he has coming later, and then we're gonna get on his projects because he's dropping something in December. So now we're gonna get into it. We're gonna sit back, we're gonna get comfortable, and we're gonna play catch up with Cuzzo. Let him know
What's
who you
good?
are, Cuzzo.
What's good, world? It's your boy Vaughnyxocho. Shout outs my cousin D for having me. Let's go.
Let's go. So let's start from the top. Tell us a little bit about where you from and
hmm
what or who inspired you to start making music.
Well, I'm from the San Fernando Valley. I'm from the valley side of Los Angeles, and I want to say a lot of people that inspired me was like obviously big. I love Biggie. You know what I mean? Biggie, Dom Kennedy. Um, I want to say like the Cool Kids, Kanye West. And it's a long list. Like I'm not just inspired by like a few people. You know, some people have their niche of what they stick to. Mine changes, you know what I mean? Like every couple years, you know, I'm inspired by something new. Definitely. But I wanna say the base of them, yes, it's a long list.
What age were you when you started to realize that you had this talent?
I wanted to say around 12. Around 12. You know, just messing around as a kid. You know, you be with your friends and then somebody, you know, wants to take it a little more serious.
So at 12 years old, were you writing or were you just like mimicking beats and lyrics?
Oh yeah, we was just freestyling on the tape recorder for a long time. We would just have the tape recorder and play the beat in the background. And then after a while it was like, all right, let's write it down so it can sound better. And then, you know, first it started as a game, then it got serious.
When you start writing, do you have to hear the beat first or do you just write and then find a beat for it?
I could do both. I prefer sometimes it's better without the beat
Mm-hmm.
because you could just always be prepared for any beat. You never know what it might
Mm-hmm.
stick to.
Mm-hmm.
Cause sometimes when you writing the beats, you might just get lazy and just only write when you have a beat.
Mm.
Yeah. You'll just get used to being in the studio only writing when it's beats. You won't write when you don't have a beat.
Mm. That's interesting. What are like some of your biggest challenges that you have when you are writing? Do you ever get writer's block or do
Oh,
you yeah.
definitely. Um, I think some of the biggest challenges is like staying a fan of music.
Mm.
Like, cause you know when you rap, you're a competitor, so you know you always critiquing and like nitpicking, like hearing stuff. Like,
Hmm.
you know, you can't just enjoy it. Like, sit there and like listen to it and really digest it and be a fan and really latch on to it. You know it stopped being fun. It's like a football player or like a basketball player watching another team, you know?
Do you think that you got your music background from the culture growing up in like the Los Angeles area? Did you grow up listening to music in the home? Like
Oh
what
yeah,
type of music did you grow up on?
definitely. My dad had a very big vinyl collection. Um, I grew up very much so with music, and Sundays would usually be the day. Sundays are like if we lifting weights,
Hmm.
My dad will play music all day. So yeah, I definitely have a music background. I want to say I was influenced by LA culture, but
Mm.
I think I'm also like influenced just by hip hop culture. I don't just have to just be in one corner, you know what I mean? Like of just West Coast, like it could be all coast.
Who do you want to collab with maybe one day?
Larry June.
Mm.
Yeah, he lit.
How does it how is it being an independent artist?
Right. Um, it's not for the weak. You definitely your money, your time, your energy is is your perception of success. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So it's basically like you playing your own game, so you kind of make up what you're looking for. You know what I mean? Like a lot of sports, like you want to win a Super Bowl, you know, for football, or you want to win the finals for basketball. Like rap, it could be so many different things. It could be like, oh, I want a number one hit, or I want a CD that helps me travel, or I want to get a placement. You know, there's so many ways you could take rap. So I think that would be pretty much it.
Do you have a team?
Yes, I have, but like more of a freelance team. Like I
Mm.
deal with different people. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? As far as like I have different people I do business with.
Hmm.
But as far as like an entity where like just directed with me, no. I usually like to work with people who has other clients because it'll help my network get bigger.
So where do you think your most fan base is? On what social media do you find the most traffic?
Oh, definitely Instagram, but recently I went viral a few times on TikTok. So
Mm.
yeah. And like you know, I started laughing because Facebook came out and then everybody got stuck on Facebook, then Instagram came out. Now we stuck on Instagram. So yeah, you know, now it's TikTok. So I'm really trying to, you know, get in tune with that.
I'm not gonna even cap. I was a Facebook person. It took me the longest to do Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I just started doing Instagram. It's probably haven't even been a year yet since I've been on Instagram. They're like, you
Right.
have to do Instagram. Instagram is what's gonna get you. I'm
The
like,
reals.
Facebook this, Facebook that.
No, but Facebook starts the promotion. Like Facebook is like the main entity. Like with Meta, they run the ads and they kind of run the algorithm.
So you got to tell the people though where they can find you at and where your music is at.
Oh, you can find me on Apple Music and Spotify. Vaughny VAUGHNY Ocho OCHO. Yeah, follow me up on Instagram, follow me up on TikTok, and follow my clothing line, Valley Side 818, VALLEYSIDE 818, Valley Side 818. And it's my website, and you can get the brand new merch release.
So tell us about that. How did you get into the branding? Like what went on?
It happened by kind of like a necessity. Our city had people who was representing like, you know, the San Fernando Valley area and it was
Mhm.
a market for it, but they stopped putting out certain merchandise for the city. So it kind of fell off. And then the people wanted it and still were looking to represent the valley per
Mhm.
se. So, you know, I always thought about West Coast culture like the White Sox or
Mhm.
like or thinking about like the Raiders, like black and white. So
Hmm.
I had came out with the SFV in 2018, but I had a hat with the eight first. It
Hmm.
just had a first eight. That started in like 2015, but 2018 the SFV was born and it became popular. And then from that, it got bigger, and I didn't do hoodies and clothes, and then hoodies I started selling hoodies, and then my hoodies started beating my hats. So yeah, and
Wow.
and then I opened a store with a close friend. He did vintage clothing,
Hmm.
so he bought me on. I started selling my merch, and I had a hub, for all the locals who wanted to buy it. And yeah, it's been my moneymaker for the last, I want to say, 5 years permanently. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
So
definitely.
did you always have this business oriented mind, or did you have to like learn it along the way, or you was
Oh
just like
yeah, I always like have had like a go and get it type mind state, but the whole thing is structure. You got to see people do it first,
right, right,
and
right.
a lot of people don't like being the two man. Where they got to
Mhm.
learn how to do things first. So I had to learn first, and then I got good.
Mm. And look, 5 years. That's good. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
but nah,
Look,
I've
I'm
been in there
learning new stuff
longer.
about you.
2000. Nah, I've been in there longer, cousin. Like I was viral on Tumblr, and I had a clothing line like in 2013, and then after that clothing line, I opened up another one 2015, and then it's been almost 10 years. You know what I mean? So yeah, I was throwing pop up shops at like vape shops like in
Mm.
the valley, like it wasn't that many venues out here, so I just dealt with what I had.
You in the music? You got your brand deal?
hmm And right now in February, I have a cannabis strain coming out.
Shut up.
Yeah, I'm working with this company called Goddess Cultivation.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm working with their marketing right now in the San
Mm-hmm.
Fernando Valley. And the San Fernando Valley is a big market for cannabis.
Mm-hmm.
So they're one of the big companies that a lot of people buy their clones and their terps from.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm coming out with a strain in February also.
Wow. So you guys, he's got his store, he's got his music, he's got his brand, and he's about to come out with something even more better in February 2027, a dispensary. Like, come on now. Tell the
Yeah,
people.
yeah, definitely, definitely.
Oh my god. So do you think like working your brand, working the dispensary, do you think it's gonna set you back on your music, or do you think that you can be able to do it all?
Well, right now is music time.
Mm-hmm.
I have two projects dropping in the next like 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about like 4 month increments. So
Mm-hmm.
like 4 months be recording, doing music, releasing music. 4 months branding, pop up shops, making profit, and then it's like
Mm-hmm.
4 months of like downtime of like figuring out what's the next move, networking, usually trying to find the best thing to move forward and do for you. So you realistically only get 8 months.
So you know what? In your type of busy life that you have, I think being an independent artist works out great for you because what if you were signed to a label?
Yeah, see, I don't only way I would do that is if they was a partner of like 85/15, where they
Mm-hmm.
just give me like a place to record and
Mm-hmm.
people who distribute it. Cause labels are just banks.
Mm-hmm.
They just banks. So if you could understand the bank game, you don't have to sign with a label.
Y'all hear that? So
Yeah.
independent is a lot more freedom. You in control of your own money. You know where it's going, where it's coming in,
You gotta spend your
and
own money though.
yes, and you can take
Yeah.
risks.
You could lose, definitely that loss.
Yes,
You could definitely lose.
but then you end up gaining it. You end up gaining it
Right.
back, right?
Right. But
Oh
you
my,
definitely you gotta take those lumps, you know. It's
right.
it take a lot to bounce back from that too. Like, you know, embarrassment is one thing, but like financial loss is a super embarrassment. So, you know, when you feel like you didn't reach the masses or you didn't identify or connect on a release, you know, I take that shit to heart. You know, I don't just be like,
Right.
oh yeah, I no, I take it to heart. I take it definitely to heart and try to figure out why didn't it connect or what can I do to make it connect or I sometimes you got like you know with branding like clothes you gotta go shopping. I'm a firm believer in like people you don't need a stylist, you just go outside and see what's going on.
Mm,
Just look around. You know, you can see what shoes is common, what color is common, what pants is common.
right. How is your style?
Very much 80s and 90s culture.
Mm,
Um, I definitely love the 80s. It's nothing like the 80s, you know. I feel like
mm,
every generation is taught by the other one, you know. So usually the 2000 kids want to be 90s kids and 90s kids want to
right.
be 80s kids and so on and so forth. But I definitely want to say just the 90s and the 80s. Just seeing how stuff was structured and seeing how originality was.
Hmm.
And they had to make up styles. It wasn't like a style. They had to make it up, you know? Nowadays you can go on the computer and you can be like, all right, I can do that. You know, you can make up something.
Right, because what I was gonna say is back in the day they were sketching of
Right.
what they
Or
wanted.
magazines. You had to
They
buy a
designed.
magazine. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And now, like you say, you can just go on the computer and you can make up something.
Look. Just oh okay, that's all you gotta do.
Back in the day, they had their little sketchbook and like, oh yeah, let it have a turtleneck, let it be a V cut, let it, they drawing it
Right.
out. Then they're taking it to, their seamstress or whoever is their designer and bringing it to them. But now you just go on a computer and you just let it do it. Oh
Just
my God.
scroll. Yeah, just scroll.
Wow. Do you find that harder because there's so much stuff out here, or do you find it easier
Mm,
because
I find
it's so much out here?
I find it harder because your original has to really be original, or
Mm,
like you have to really connect differently than others because
right,
it's somebody who look just like you. You know,
right.
it's somebody who got a page that look like yours or feel like yours. So I feel like you don't have to be completely different, but it has to be like slightly different, like
Mm-hmm.
just a different. You know, it's just like fast food. Everybody sell burgers, but everybody got a slight different thing to make the burger sell.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. So what would you tell someone or any of the listeners that's watching this if they're going through the same thing like you, but they're just afraid to get out there and be that independent artist? What would you tell them?
Um, it's better it's better to fail than not try,
Mm,
and at the end of the day. You're gonna have to work hard at something. You're gonna have to work hard at work or work hard at your dream. You're gonna have to work hard regardless. So you might as well take some of your time and dedicate it to yourself and you just gotta have faith in yourself, because it's gonna be times where it's not worth the money, the energy, the time, and you're not always receiving fruit back for what you do.
Mm.
But if you love it, it ain't even really about the money. It's more about like how it make you feel.
But you're right, you do, because a lot of people are afraid to just get out there and do it because of the loss. And it's like the minute they start coming up with ideas, like you said earlier, there's someone out there that's gonna have like similarity in what you want to do in life, and then someone else is gonna put out that same exact thing that you thought about doing, but you were just too afraid to just put a step forward and do it. And now you
And
sitting up.
going through the same thing.
Yes, the same thing. The same thing. And now you sitting up there like, shoot, I should have just went out and did it. And
Yeah.
because we all kind of think alike, but we all put our little spin on things.
Yeah. That's why when you negotiate with yourself, it's like lying to yourself.
Right.
Cause you start making stuff up to be logical.
Right. Right. You do. And now they got so much out here now that can honestly help you. Like just going online right now. I feel if you got Wi-Fi, you can do anything you want to do in life. Period.
Right, right, right. Well, that's what made things good and bad is
Right.
convenience. They stopped selling a product, they start selling convenience.
Well, you pretty much talked about the best part of being independent, where you have your own freedom, you take your own risks, you don't have to answer to nobody, you know where your money's going, you know when it's coming in. Um, let's talk a little bit about the producer side. Are you the writer producer too? You do your own
Oh, oh, I
beats?
do my writing. I don't do my own beats though. No, I don't. I don't have the patience. I don't have the patience.
Is it really
Not
that
for-
hard? Or like
Yeah, yeah.
it
It's
is?
harder than rap. It's harder than rap. You have to make up a sound in your head. You have to hear something that nobody hear, and then you gotta and then you gotta make somebody else hear what you hear, and then you gotta be like, "Hey, you could rap to this. This I hear it," and then they gotta believe that they hear it too.
Mm,
I
wow.
feel like producing is way harder than rapping.
Wow. Ooh.
Yeah, cause you can make words rhyme. You can't
Mhm.
make you can't make sound good without knowing how to make it sound good. Shout outs J.I. Shout outs my boy J.I. produced it and Shervin Valet. Yep. I have a new project dropping it's December. But I'm saying in the next 4 months it's gonna be like two projects dropping.
Okay, so this
Yeah.
one dropping in December. What's this about?
Well, it's like bread and butter too. Like the first one was called Bread and Butter One. It's basically like, the best of me. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
Bread and Butter Two is gonna be like the same, kind of like very upbeat, very braggadocious,
Hmm.
very colorful and bright, and really just trying to like when you turn it on, you feel good. I never want nobody to feel heavy when they listen to me.
I like how you put that. I like
Yeah.
that. So, does your music express who you are as an individual?
Oh, definitely. I feel like it's definitely who I am all the way around because music is like therapy, so it's kind of like talking to yourself, you know? Like when you rapping, it's like a conversation with yourself.
Oh,
Yeah.
you this in December, Bread and Butter Part 2.
Yep, yep.
December. I'm gonna drop that info below. What
Thank
would you
you.
tell your 18-year-old self if you can go back to being the age of 18? What would you tell yourself?
I think I would have just stuck with music. I wouldn't have played sports. I would have been like, don't, cause like I had scholarships for football. And I went to a JC, So then at the JC, you know, it was bigger colleges like D1 that wanted you to come play and stuff. And yeah, I didn't have the correct classes. My coach set it up where my classes only counted to play for him, and I would have to go do more schooling. So I didn't want to play football anymore anyway. But I would have told 18-year-old self just stick to the music. Like you don't have to play sports.
So you think sports kind of delayed your music career in a way?
Yeah, cause like I was good at it, but that ain't what I wanted to do. It was just something to make high school pass by, you know.
You're like a good role model for people out here that is like trying to like start somewhere. So like
I
in the line,
appreciate that.
yeah, like in the line of the business, like what would you tell them to start? Like how would they even start with the brand?
You gotta half of it for sale and half of it for free. Like try
Mm,
to get there. All your friends that like to dress or spend money on clothes, you need to just give it to them, cause they the ones that's gonna promote it. So if you want to start your branding, don't think about the money. Think about the influence. Who can you influence to wear it?
Who is your audience? Is it the young? Is it the old? Is it the medium? Like what? Who was your audience? Would you say?
I think it ranges generation because it's a hometown brand, so it's like a community luxury brand. So like it ranged from like junior high. I didn't have like junior high kids all the way to like grown ups like 60. You know?
Wow, that's
Yeah.
when you
So
think of yeah. Oh my god.
yeah. So I'm able to have more than one market.
Right, right. So where do you see yourself at like 5 years from now? Where do you think you're gonna be? Your success?
Worldwide, and I would like to be in real estate. You know, definitely have some house, some properties and stuff. And I want my music to be worldwide. I want to travel for music, definitely. Like I want to
Mm.
be famous in America, but the goal is like be bigger than that, you know?
This is more of a. I'm gonna have to title this like "Sit Down with Cousin."
Yeah, yeah.
In love with the money and never act funny. If I go broke, baby, am I still hubby? And I'm back in the field, proud of straps muddy. She wanna fly first class and sip bubbly. Fall in love with the game and she don't love me. We in Versace, she love how the silk hug me.